Our second edition of the Age of Ashes campaign. We're about halfway through. Before we get into our sponsors for tonight's session, let's reintroduce our cast, starting with Jen.
Hello, I'm Jen. I play the Vesperin, the Sea Elf Rogue.
Mr. Smith.
Hello, my name is Mr. Smith. I play the Pale Stranger.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Sam, are you there?
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I am Sam, and I will be playing Unknown tonight.
Yes, it's for a reveal. Alex, Whisper from the Void.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'll be playing a new character. I'll see you guys soon.
Spence.
Hi, I'm Spence. I'm Aldonis, and once again, I only have one hand.
Just slow clap. Yeah, Daniel.
I'm Daniel. I'm playing Sailix. I'm highly uncomfortable with the series of events that have unfolded so far. So, yeah.
Gets worse. It just gets worse because it's only the 18th of October. Tonight's session is brought to you by Smiteworks. If you can see the virtual tabletop we're running right now, that is all Fantasy Grounds Unity. We use it for everything in our campaign. Highly recommended if you are interested in Pathfinder 1st or 2nd edition or anything that they offer. You can check them out at fantasygrounds.com. We're also using the Only sheet, or we have been using it at least for our management for like preparation ahead of sessions. If you wanted to build a character, it automates everything and it's Excel based. So if you're a data nerd like me, I think you'll enjoy it. So go to theonlysheet.com if you're interested. Our music tonight is by Michael Gelfi and Rock Narden. You can find links to their stuff in the show notes. But let's get into tonight's game. So where we left off, it's a lot to recap. There's a bunch of people on a bridge that looms over something I almost can't even describe except as a river of souls that's slowly flowing underneath. There's a few hundred feet between you. And before you is a monstrous aboleth. He has two stones. One represents his power over a dream that you're experiencing, and the other represents the nightmare, hence the D and the N. They're hanging on the castle that he's guarding. Down on the bridge, Sailix just narrowly avoided a plunge to his death. He's been picked up by a stranger. A strange stranger. He's with Zestrix. Vesperin, you're there as well. You're not far. Aldonis and Gubby, you're there. And on the other side, where you entered, two other figures. They're shrouded in a silhouette. It's hard to tell why they're here, or even if they're your adversaries. But let's say we just roll initiative and see what you guys want to do as this aboleth just stares at you.
I'm really excited Gubby's back.
Gubby's there with you. Gubby looks pretty scared, though. Not going to lie. Sailix,
Yeah.
you're first in initiative.
Oh, God. That's horrible.
You've missed a slip. And the bridge starts to crumble. But yeah, you managed to pick yourself back up. What do you do?
Salix is going to I'm just gonna take off towards Menoth. Fly. So just gonna close the distance. Let's see. That's the whole thing. I can move.
How far do you think you can fly?
How high up is he?
20 feet in the air.
Okay.
20 feet above the little platform. Yep.
So I'd probably get to I'll get right here with where I'm at. And then I'm gonna take my other turn to cast Forbidding Ward on myself. If I can remember how to do that.
Excellent. Vesperin.
Oh man, this is spooky. Okay. So let's see. So X and
So yeah, there are strangers all around you. Behind you,
Uh-huh.
two people you don't know. They don't seem to be attacking you.
uh-huh.
And there's another stranger that helped pick Sailix up,
Yeah.
and he's since charged over. But behind you is Gubby, and in front of you is Zestrix.
Okay.
Off on the other side of the bridge, that's Menoth. And you see the stones, the dream stone and the cracked tablet of nightmares. They're sitting up high up on that castle he's in front of.
All right. I'm gonna go invisible and make my way towards those dreamstones.
All right, all right. What's your speed?
What is my speed? 30. 35 plus 3.
All right. So you have two actions. Just feel free to move however you like. You don't see
Okay.
any threats. The shadows out in the back. These two characters, Sam and Alex, I'll refer to you as for now. Do you do anything? Or for now, do you just watch?
Okay.
What exactly do I see? What do we see?
You see a ragtag group of heroes trying to confront who you're after. You were sent looking for something, and you're pretty sure you found it. Of course, it had to be the biggest guy in the whole room, but
Am I within 15 feet of them?
your target?
Yes.
No, you are like 100 feet away.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to kill everyone. I'll wait.
Okay,
I'm
the
gonna
waiting
watch.
game. Sam, how about you?
Yeah, they'll wait. I do not need to get involved in these matters. Let's see what they can do.
You guys are making a really
Aldon-
shitty first impression.
Aldonis. Witnessing this. Yeah, what do you
Yeah, I'm holding my now stump arm. I'm assuming it cauterized or something. Kind of.
It's, yeah, I mean, it's bleeding for sure, but not in a way that you'd expect it if it had just been ripped clean off.
Okay, this is weird. I don't like it. I'm gonna cast Forbidding Ward on myself. Because that's a thing I can do. Oops. Let's see here. And I'm gonna, I guess, move closer after I just double check on, like, look back at Gubby before moving forward.
All right. Go ahead and make your
Uh,
move. And
How far forward can I go again? 40.
40.
Each square is 5.
Yep.
Okay. So
How
I can
about
get
this? How about this stranger besides Zestrix? What's he doing?
Oh, the pale stranger. All right, you ugly son of a bitch. He will look at the two compatriots. Well, this here is an uneven fight. Clearly, I've got to even the scales.
I love that voice so much.
Slowly, not so slowly, he dashes forth and pulls from under a long duster. His cowboy hat just smoke kind of drifting off of it. He looks up at Sailix. Nah, boy, them wings are cheating. As he pulls out, looks to a lot of you to be something akin to a crossbow, but he aims it at Menoth. Listen here, you sir have broken the law. Let's see if we can straighten this out.
I love it
Oh.
so much.
Comes fighting words. You got any actions left?
1. Can't target the target, though.
Oh, you should. Here, I'll put him on the actual combat tracker. You should be able to target him using the combat tracker. Works the same as a token.
Perfect. If it would grab the thingy.
That'd be a near miss. What's that sound like, though?
So as he pulls the trigger, it is for those next to him, it is a ear-piercing bang and snap as just this green flame ejects out of this weapon that he's holding in his hand. And you just see this little streak just fly past Menoth.
Salix, you're up again.
I hate
Zestrix is
this.
behind you. He's with the gunslinger. You could tell him to do something if you'd like, but he carries a copy of your organs. So that part's up to you.
I don't even know what this guy can do. I know he can beat somebody to death with a hammer. So, no, Salix is gonna pretty much not even look back to Zestrix. He's just gonna kind of scream out to him, saying, "It's time for you to carry your own weight." As he. 10, 15, 20, 25. It's right here, and I'm gonna swing. Let me pop that combat tracker real quick, though.
Are you flying?
Oh yeah, I'm flying up in there. I've took off flying.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Oof.
Do I have a hero point or no? Do we start
You
with one?
do.
I'm gonna
Start with one.
spend my only hero point, guys.
All right. That's a good call.
If the chat could give me a hero point, that'd be great.
Don't we all start with one hero point at the beginning of each
Yeah.
session? All right, so if your hero points are at 0, make sure you add one.
Oh, get the.
But it's not a. Well, let's see. It's close. It might be. That might be a. Yeah, it's also a critical miss.
Well, what happens there, Ian? What's going on? Do I lose my other sword?
Well, you weren't paying attention. Slithering between the cracks of the hewn stone that make the floor of this castle entry, one of his little slimy digits is just right between, and all it needs to do is make contact, and suddenly that zap of negative energy kicks in. You take 4 points,
All right.
which is just about nothing for you, but
Sailix, you also have another hero point. Thanks to scribbling.
Ooh, thank you. I will remember that. Well, here goes
Action
second
left.
attack. That's better. So, why am I not targeting him?
So 31. 31 is a standard miss,
Oh. Meh.
so no effect. Vesperin,
Mm-hmm.
you're sneaking about.
Yeah.
You're still invisible.
Yes. Okay, so
You headed to the Dreamstone,
yes.
so the one on the left.
Yes. So, I guess do I just use all of my actions to move over there?
Yeah, you can get over with the rest of your actions. You can get over to the base
Okay.
of that. Yeah, but you notice that gate to the castle starts opening up as you approach.
Wait, what?
Lumbering out. Yeah, you don't have to get all the way there. You still got two
Uh-huh.
actions left because
Okay.
coming out, this just bizarre lanky creature just comes out, his spine pulling his body up. It looks like a golem of flesh, except there's something glowing inside of him, blue. He doesn't see you. Just about everybody sees him.
I
as he
want
starts.
to sneak past him to get at my objective.
All right, make a stealth check.
Oh god. I'm scared.
He's just lumbering, easily twice your height,
Ugh.
walking side to side.
Okay. That seems good.
Versus the DC. Okay, yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I got those extra feats.
Near critical success.
Okay.
Oh, you can crawl up to the base there. You actually have to come up the stairs
Mm-hmm.
to where Menoth is fighting Sailix. You
Okay.
notice there's a gate on the other side, actually, and it's opening up. There's another one of these things crawling out. It looks slightly different, though. Those will be your actions. For our strangers in the back, anything yet, or are you just watching the show?
I am doing a perception check on Menoth.
Perfect.
What is this
How?
thing?
Let's see. I guess it depends on the result of your roll.
Ooh. Let me do that.
You're not certain. You think it's who you're sent for, though. You think this is exactly who you're looking for.
And the stranger has gone on ahead, correct?
Yeah, as he does. Speaking of the stranger, a little gunslinger, what are you doing now? It's your turn.
Where in the flying fuck does Menoth even start on this map?
So, if you think you can hit him, you probably can hit him. He is massive, and he covers a lot of surface area. He has 4 major tentacles, and then all sorts of flagella. He's just got everything, and he's got fins coming out that are coming out and pulling back in. If you can meet his AC, it means you're clever enough to find a way to hit him. But if you wanted to come up on that landing, you would almost certainly have a shot at him. It's safe to say you're about close enough to shoot him in the way that you're thinking.
Right. Move up just a little bit there. As the stranger starts sauntering forward, he pulls yet another weapon from the other side and just lifts both his arms up and starts pulling the trigger. I believe this would inflict the flat-footed condition.
Yep.
On my compadre Menoth here. The flying evil sturgeon.
God. 29
That
would be a
ain't gonna
miss.
do it. One more shot.
But he turns to you as you're doing this. Got a better shot at the face. As his body twists, he has to sort of fold up a little
Nope.
bit to make room.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
blow a point on that one. I don't want a critical miss.
You
Truth.
don't.
I want much better.
That's my life as well.
Make a reflex save from me. You fell prey to his trick, the one he pulled on Sailix. These small limbs. I mean, it's like a thick hair almost for him. It's nothing like these large tentacles he's got. It's just winding between the cut of the stones, and it found your foot, and it wrapped around, and it tried to make an attempt at a yank, and it manages to clear your leg out, but you catch yourself. You're not tripped, but you did take 6 points of negative energy damage, unless you have a resistance or something. I'm gonna cut it
Thank
in.
you. That tasted good.
This is a new one. He turns to you. Mind and body, come out. And you see, marching forward, twice your height, these two golems almost. I mean, it glows from the chest where the ribs break. The other, its head is just a mass of flesh. It's similarly glowing and pulsating. There's this weird arcane inflammation to them. They're heading towards you, Gunslinger.
Oh, that's all right. I got 2 guns. One for each of you.
And suddenly you're meeting the tentacles of Menoth. Let's see if I can target you. 42's a hit. $16 points of damage. And another. And finally, one more. Feel your life force draining. Or what's left of it. Aldonis, what do you do?
Well, everybody's running forward. That guy who's shooting things just took a couple of nasty hits. I think I had one more hit of Vital Beacon left. So I'm going to run up to him.
Yep.
And be like, hey, and touch him with my now bloody but remaining hand. And
Oh. That puts you.
It heals him for 11.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You see him
You can
sort of
actually-
wince as it sizzles against his skin. Oh,
Oh. Do you
Thank
do
you.
the other? Did that help? Because it didn't look
that was
like it did.
perfectly fine, my boy.
Okay. So that's 2.
Smarten up and do something.
Okay, fine. And I look at the I guess the brain eater. Can I target him with fear right now? No, I cannot target him right now, but I look at him with intent.
Perfect. That's the precursor to fear. You notice on the far side across the bridge, that cloud of darkness that shrouded these two silhouettes, these spectators, it's grown. Smoke cloud just rolling in sort of like a fog, but more like an anti-fog. It's pure black. And so, but strangely with it, without the moving silhouettes at all whatsoever, the figures, they pull with it. They've met you. They are where you started before this happened. Just as calm as they were before, waiting unless they want to do anything else.
I will begin to move forward.
I will, she reaches a hand forward, not trying to stop them, but just saying, death is an inevitable part of their life. We do not need to interfere.
The person that she held her hand out towards will stop for a moment and kind of look over their shoulder and go, I know, but Pharasma wills this.
Let it be so then, and she will follow her forward.
I would like to, move and close as much distance as I can.
And just mirroring their motions forward.
Okay, perfect. One of these creatures moves closer to you. Gunslinger, but he turns after approaching and heads for the railing of this bridge and just starts to peer down. Sailix,
Ah.
what do you do?
I'm gonna die, I guess. I don't
Your
know.
entire field of view is covered by this menace.
I'm gonna swing at him again. Jesus Christ, man. And again. I got nothing, guys. Sorry.
What's the matter, Sailix? Can't fight me anymore. He just peers down, his face coming close. You're realizing once again how large his eyeballs are. And the size of horses. You could fit through that little slit. And he's just inches from your face. And ever so calm. Vesperin, you're deftly dodging the limbs that are flying about, absent-mindedly trying to reach Sailix as they do battle. But looking above, straight overhead, the Dreamstone.
I'm climbing that pillar.
All right.
What do you need from me?
That'd be an athletics check.
Okay.
It's very smooth stone. It's going to be difficult.
Okay. I also have well, I don't know. I mean, cause like the acrobatics mastery feat lets me do maneuvers at the same time. So that's why I'm wondering if climbing and dodging tentacles would be that.
Combine 3. Yeah, so that's for combining maneuvers.
Okay. All right.
It will give you a bonus to this.
Okay. All right. So just roll regular athletics check.
Yep.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna hero point that.
Yeah, because you feel like you're about to fall.
Oh God. Okay.
Halfway up, you start to feel the slip.
Okay.
Fantastic. You approach the stone. It's even larger this time. I mean, the size of a shield. To pick it up. What do? As you approach it, both of your hands are holding you up.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as you reach for it, gravity will start to take you. So it better work the way that you think it does.
Oh boy. I guess first, can I would probably, being a smart burglar, make sure try to perceive if there's any traps or things around it.
Yeah, smart.
Okay. So what, perception or?
Yep.
Okay. That's probably fine.
Yeah, you don't know. It's just mounted to a wall.
Okay. Okay, so and there's nowhere on top of the platform, to like stand to mess with it, or?
Nope. This would be the combining maneuvers. Now,
Okay.
if you could lean on it and it doesn't fall off, then you have a handhold. But
Okay.
theoretically, you could take it and try to jump off the wall and catch yourself if you're bouncing between the right angles that make up this non-flat castle wall.
So here's a question. So the pillar is right next to the wall, from what I understand.
It's a protrusion.
Okay.
That it's only a little bit smaller than your arm span, so that's how you've managed to get up.
Okay.
And then this thing is just mounted
Uh-huh.
on where it protrudes. You could reach to grab it and hope it
Yeah.
doesn't immediately fall. You could hang on it. You could continue climbing if you wanted.
Well, because what I'm wondering is if, like, if this is the wall, and then the pillar is, like, here, if I can, like, brace myself by, like, having my legs against the, between the wall and the pillar, and then that frees up arms to go like that.
No, because it is.
Okay.
I mean, it is flush with the actual wall. But now that you're mentioning it, you could potentially find a foothold diagonally. There is a stone.
Okay.
Poking out. You could brace, and with enough tension, you would have a hold.
Okay.
With just one arm. It's enough to at least touch the dreamstone.
Let's try that.
All right.
Oh God. So what do you need for that, Ian?
That's an athletics check.
Okay.
It's quite trivial. Now, the real question is,
Anybody want to give me a hero point?
assuming the hero point doesn't come in time, your foot does slip.
Okay.
And you have two options. You can
Okay.
try to fall gracefully, or you can try to grab the dreamstone on the way down.
I got a hero point, so I'm going to
Then
try.
absolutely try to hero point this.
Okay.
Vesperin's starting to feel like time's running out, though.
Oh, boy.
Balgor will remind you that Manothaguro can see invisibility.
Okay. And that's athletics. But I'm being sneaky also. Okay, that's way better.
Way better.
Okay.
All right. Well, you've got just the right balance. You grab the dreamstone and it lifts. And then it shrinks to that size. You remember it.
Yeah.
No larger than a dinner plate. It's in your hand.
Do I have an action left?
You do. What do you do?
Can I imagine myself on the platform with the Nightmare Stone?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, being able to imagine the Nightmare Stone in my hand would be ideal, but I feel like I can't get away with that.
Yeah. So let me
Yeah.
just I'm gonna make you a will save.
Okay.
Well, as soon as you close your eyes, you feel like it's as you wish. You're on the platform. And when you open it, the first thing you see right in front of your face is the other stone with the mark of Lamash 2. You're shot with a beam of energy. You had been floating right in front of the stone on the other side. Right before this, you're hit square in the face,
Ah,
and you plummet
damn it.
to the ground below.
Okay.
It looks like you've been found out, but you think you also do have the stone in your pocket, though, so that's something.
Do I have both of them or just the Dreamstone?
Just the Dreamstone.
Okay. Oh no, I'm in a very bad place.
Yeah, it's not ideal, and that thing right
Oh god.
before you turns slowly. The sound that you make when you crash onto the stone floor. And he walks towards you. You see his brain, just this like giant pulsating thing. And he's just going to pick you up and start digging his claws into your throat.
Ah!
The first one a miss. You're about 10 feet in the air now. Second one is a hit, though.
Okay. Oh god.
Your wounded blood just starts running down your body. You do have a free hand, though, so on your turn, you'll have to think of a way to get out of that.
Yeah.
You start to feel the lights go out.
Oh boy.
Over on the bridge, where the fog meets these two figures, they emerge. Alex, why don't you describe what they look like?
All right. As Dahlia emerges from the billowing smoke and from the billowing mist, she is painted. Or you can tell that she is painted. And I can, if you want to do the reveal,
Yeah,
let's do it.
let's just do the reveal.
Let's just do it.
Sam, you as well, as you come out of the mist.
And as she walks, her armor clinks and her clothes billow. She wears dark armor and a long, dark, slitted skirt. It's hard to see limbs and extremities because they are also seemingly dark, but as it comes more into the light, white becomes very visible along her extremities and her face, and for too long you can tell that she is rather withered, maybe, but painted and beautiful nonetheless. As she moves forward, she will reach to her side and remove a blade, a small blade. It actually starts out very small, but as she moves her hands and snaps a longer blade, in fact, on almost a warlike club that's flat with obsidian edges encrusted and ebbing with this violet harbinger of death, will emerge as her weapon. Champion of Pharasma appears. She looks at her compatriot, the gunslinger, and simply smiles and says, "Oh, my friend, this is Pharasma's will. Let us make this short. We have places to be."
I've known that for a while, Lady Death. It is a pleasure, as always, to fight by your side.
You're so kind.
Let's end this fucking flying fish, shall we?
You read my mind.
As you two step out of the smoke.
Got the vapors.
Yeah, sorry. That's me. I forgot I had to do the camera. I was like, waiting.
Go ahead and make your attack
Okay.
or your actions if you'd like.
Yes, I'm going to attack. I'm at least going to get within. Let's see. This ugly guy that's attacking my friend, I am aiming for him.
If it's Menoth, I don't know what your range is, but you could probably close the gap in 1 or 2 move actions.
Okay, I will do that. Shield raised.
Perfect. All right. From your character sheet, if you have a copy, just tell me what your attack rolls are.
Okay,
We can make it.
I'm going to.
Sam, as you step out, describe your character following
Yes.
Dahlia.
So much more quiet and slowly they step forward. The mist almost seeming to cling to their black robes that sort of enshroud them. You could kind of catch glimpses of gray skin, but looking a little bit more alive, so to speak, than her companion. There's sort of this rhythmic tapping every time they step. Um, in their hand, they wield this large scythe, just slightly taller than they are. The the hilt of it, the staff part, made of this sort of gnarled, dead wood, and it comes up into this hourglass with black sand before continuing on to the blade. Um, their faces impassive, sort of seeming to be etched of stone, and they don't speak. They just walk forward with this sort of sigh as they look up at the creature. And again, just they follow the other. And are you sure this is Phrasmus, Will?
Well, that's a silly question, Reaper. Get to swinging, Graham.
You do not tell me what to do, or I will return you from whence you came.
Let's not have this argument again and do the job.
Fine. Am I close enough to attack?
Yeah, you are. With a scythe like that, you usually are.
It's true. Um, Sort of betraying how slow they've been at this moment, they will move forward quickly and just slash the creature with their scythe. Yeah, I have no rolls right
No,
now.
I've got you. So
You got me.
Menoth doing what Menoth
I'll
has
do
been
it.
doing, thinking he's outsmarted the opponent, makes that approach with the little vine-like finger to come in for the strike, but with a pivot and a step to the side, like you've done thousands of times. You make a strike at this person with your scythe, and at a strange angle, as you just twist up, it comes in and pops out the other side of this tentacle, and you see veins of black just sort of spreading out on the impact wound. He doesn't let out anything even remotely like a scream, but you hear a really high-pitched clicking noise that just winds in and out on that wound. You do notice this scythe. It's made up of, it looks like dead vines that swirl around. Typically, like as you would imagine a druid staff, but these vines part about 3/4 of the way up, and what they hold is an hourglass before rebraiding to hold the blade of a scythe. And when the blade is pointed up, the sand in the hourglass turns from a white to a black as it starts to count down to something.
They're standing right on either side of Aldonis, and Aldonis is just like, oh, you guys are so fucking cool. Like, this is all my kind of magic. This is amazing. Okay, I'm done. That's all in his head. Like, if there were anime, like, captions.
Sailix,
Yes, sir.
you're with your type of people, the violent kind.
I love it.
You've got backup because Menoth learned from the last encounter,
All
and
right.
he's been playing dirty. So what do you do?
About time you hit something, Angel. Do it.
I'm gonna try to do something a little different for Sailix at this point. He sees Vespa getting choked out, and he's having a bad day. So he uses Halo to. He's going to try to attempt to blind Menoth with the brightness of his Halo.
Ooh.
And he's going to use Halo and then use Shadow Jump to jump in front of Menoth, or right in front of the thing that has Vespa.
Yeah.
So I don't actually
Perfect.
have a spell for Halo. I just let you know that it's being used, and
Yep.
it's blindingly bright light, but adding some flare. So a halo of fire comes around the back of Sailix's head, and is immediately the area is flooded with light. But then it's immediately replaced with a halo of shadowed flame as he sinks into the ground and pops out on the side of right next to this dickbag. And he's going to attack him. Not Vespa. God, not Vespa.
Excellent. Yeah, you see her eyes starting to roll back from the
It's not
pain
on
of
the
this
combat
thing.
tracker,
just-
by the way. I tried targeting it.
I've got. There it is. That is a hit. Roll damage.
All right.
Hmm.
Was that enough to like break her free?
Yeah.
All right.
She falls to the ground awkwardly, though. I mean, it wasn't a gentle fall. Some 10 feet or more because of his long arms. And this thing just turns to you. Its face reminds you strangely of Rune.
Great. I'm gonna slice at it again.
She would say as she falls to Sailix, like, I have it.
I'm gonna spend a hero point on that, by the way.
All right. Don't waste an opportunity to.
Oh,
Oh no!
whatever. Don't waste an opportunity to critically miss.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What god did we piss off tonight with these rolls? Jesus.
Llama
catches-
stew.
He catches your weapon as you throw it, and he says, in exactly the voice you remember from just earlier today, I knew this day would come, Sailix. And then just lazily, as if he doesn't even care, he just lets his arm slide up your blade, and there's a bunch of blood, and a finger even falls out. But he just starts to walk away. He's headed towards the railing. Vesperin, you're conscious. That's something.
Yay!
1 out of 2 stones. What do you do?
Oh god. Okay. I guess I want to ask my team. Should I try again for the second one? Oh.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, what would happen if you broke one?
Let's not break the Dreamstone. Let's break Llama Stew Stone.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's fair.
All right. I'm gonna try again to well, I guess I don't know. It's making me nervous that skeleton guy is like going to the railing, and also like there's an hourglass counting down, because, like, I've played enough video games to know that tends to be, like, they're going to sacrifice themselves or something, so Menoth
Well,
can have super crazy power.
Get the stone.
Okay, alright, so, I guess I'll use, the Dreamstone again to try to move myself back to the Nightmare Stone. You know, and again, like, she's just, like, concentrating and pushing through, and hopefully this works.
So you're trying again with the Dreamstone.
Oh, no.
Now, this is a chess game. This is between you and Menoth, obviously.
Okay.
I mean, somebody's trying to outsmart you here.
Okay.
So what you
Oh,
tried last didn't work. So what are you
Okay.
trying now?
alright. Okay. So if you put it that way, let me think. I'm going to... So they're attached to the walls, right?
Yeah, it's just hanging up there. I mean, you know they're so loose. They're sort of
I'm
just
going
sitting.
to imagine that the nail or whatever fixture it was on is now sand. So it just drops.
Right. Now you notice, as you imagine that, Menoth, he'd been blinded. The slits in his 3 vertically stacked eyes were made narrow to the width of a hair, and they just open back up as he slowly turns towards you. He's like an entire observatory telescope, and as he looks, you see in the corner of your eye the sand starts to leak from behind the stone hanging on the wall, the one you're after. And suddenly, as it falls, it becomes more and more sand. Piles, suddenly, and before you know it, it's reaching your feet
Okay.
and trying to form a pile over you. You're going to need to get out of the way so this thing doesn't swallow you. The stone didn't budge, but suddenly it's backfiring again. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Okay. Let me think. I really want the sand to go in his eye. So can I, like, make the sand blow in the air at him or something?
A giant Anakin Skywalker in the sky.
Yes.
Make me a will save, because that's pretty clever.
Oh, yay.
It's enough to have an effect. The sand starts to blow. It's enough to save you at least,
Yeah.
but he just seems frustrated. Now, let's see. I think that's going to be all of your actions. The Brain Eater is off of you.
If I can move to a safer spot, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can or not.
You could probably scoot out of the way enough. Elf
Awesome.
Step is good for that.
Thank you. Cool.
It's just enough to lose the sand in case he's trying to swallow you into it. This Dreamstone, it's a fight you're losing so far. Menoth is very clever. You're going to have to think outside the box a little bit.
Okay.
But,
all right.
Dahlia, what do you do?
All right. So I would like to close the distance, and I am near Menoth themselves, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
As she approaches and she holds her weapon, there is no visible shield right now, but as she moves, she'll kind of raise her weapon and point it at Menoth and begin to clearly say, you are trespassing on land of Pharasma, where souls come to meet their end and their beginning. You are in violation and are trespassing on everything that is sacred within Pharasma's reign. You must be destroyed. You may plead if you would like, I will hear it, but I will not abide, and I am going to attack.
Suddenly, blood splatter.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Describe your weapon as
So
well.
this blade is like I said, it started off small, but it it's a grower. It is long and it is club-like. It is flat with serrated edges. It is a very classic weapon to Mesoamerican people. It has several segments, but it a big boy. And she wields it as if it was weighed nothing, but it appears to weigh quite a bit. And as she does that, she will say, Pharasma decrees this, it shall be done. I rolled it.
Excellent. And guns for hands, what are you doing?
Stranger will look at his two compatriots. I presume you two have the big man. I'll take care of these little ones.
Be careful.
And the big fish is blocking me from getting to my token. Just so you know.
Here you go. We'll downsize him.
I believe we watched him miss a whole bunch of shots today.
I didn't hear that, I'm sorry.
I believe we watched him miss a whole bunch of shots today. Are you sure you can take care of the little ones?
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Ooh. Ooh.
I mean,
Jeez.
Grim
I-
Reaper coming at you. We're fighting the shade today.
God.
I hear this and I'm like, I can help, I think.
Grim, when you hit, you let me know.
Did you not just see a couple seconds ago?
I'm busy getting shot at.
Friends.
So you notice these golems, they're crawling over the railing to the earth and stone that holds up this castle.
These bloody rolls.
Same. I'm feeling you.
34 is a hit.
I did move closer, but it wouldn't let me grab my token for some reason. And then for that first shot, about once per round.
Ooh, 32 is a hit.
And that would be all of them.
Excellent. Now, were you firing at both of them or just one of them?
Just the one.
All right. Excellent.
There, you feel better there, Grim? Blood's been spilled.
I'm glad you could finally hit something.
Damn.
Dahlia, your attack did hit for damage. Describe it and tell me what else do you do? I think you've got one more action.
I do have one more action. All right. So as she kind of like gets the blade into two hands, she'll swipe, and it almost looks as if it will miss. But suddenly, at the last moment, it extends even further to get even longer, and almost pull in the darkness to form those last segments to stretch the length, as it will cleave through whatever material it encounters, whether it damages or not. And as it hits and impacts, the material that it does hit will fall away and fall into darkness, as if it was just obliterated. And as she does this, she will also at the end of the attack, she will pull her hand down as a large stone will appear erupting out of the ground beneath her, near her, as if a tombstone had been pushed suddenly from the ground as it comes and also hits Manoth from underneath before it dematerializes and snaps back down to the ground.
Well, he's proper pissed. He's gonna turn to you. Last person. That tombstone was just offensive to him. Oh. I've put away my pride to win this battle.
Oh, well.
Let's go. And he'll pull a tentacle around to you
Mhm.
in an attempt to grab a hold.
Does that incur an attack of opportunity?
No, it's just a regular miss. If it was a crit miss, it would.
Okay.
But he's going to try again.
Okay.
34 is a hit. Now suddenly you start to feel that negative energy you expected from a lich. And you're being pulled up as he starts to make his way up. As you look up, it's just this chasm where the river is cut. It just goes off into infinity, and he starts to fly up there. And you notice these two golems, they've made their way over the rocks. They're headed towards that river down below. Suddenly the battle's escaping you. Aldonis, what do you do?
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I see the golems going over. I see Menoth getting away, and I make a split decision that somehow those golems seem really bad, and I can probably get to them. And I am going to cast Blade Barrier around the Brain Eater one. So
Excellent.
it's blades of force damage, and basically I want to put it under where he's at so that if he's trying to go down, he's has to try to go through the wall of blades. But it could be 20 feet high if I wanted it to.
Okay, so you're making a barrier to prevent him from marching over, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Is there a save for that?
He has to make a... Oh no. The wall is a straight line, 20 feet high, 120 feet long. Oh, it's 120 feet long. I could create it to like surround the
All
whole
the way
thing,
around?
so both of them couldn't do it.
Excellent.
Yeah, I do that.
So you
And
just line the railing.
yeah,
very
just be like,
yourself.
no, you ain't going nowhere. The wall deals 7d8 force damage to each creature in that wall space when it is created, and that attempts to pass through the wall. A basic reflex save reduces the damage. So since they're in it, they have to make a reflex save.
What's the DC? What's your spellcaster DC?
28.
28. Well, they both fail, so they're taking damage. They seem entirely unhindered.
Okay.
Or at least
Did you
fully...
roll the damage for me?
Yep.
Okay.
You said 78 was the damage?
Correct.
They take 28 and 32 points of damage, respectively, as pieces of their flesh rip off as they make their way over, essentially at all costs.
Okay.
Was that you, boy?
Maybe.
About time I did something useful.
Okay.
You notice Gubby, the young woman, has been whispering to Zestrix. They're planning, they're looking at the golems on either side. All right. Gubby is going to make a leap across up a column before this wall of blades manages to wrap all the way around the bridge, jump over the bridge, and meet the golem on the left side. Her momentum is just the last thing before he falls over and they start plunging into the plasma blue-white depths below. Zestrix does the same, except he shadow shifts across to the other side and grabs the other golem. They start wrestling though. They're fighting, but before you know it, Gubby's already plummeting down to the depths below. You have any more actions?
No, that was it. They went through the wall?
Zestrix did, using his shadow shift. Gubby jumped
Okay.
over it.
Okay. Well, I was talking about the golems.
They climbed over it.
Okay. Sure. They should have. In my head, I think they should have taken more damage then, but that's my own thing. But yeah, that's all my actions, so I can't do anything else.
All right, so Sam.
Yeah. So Minoff has taken Dahlia up. And is fine.
Yeah, is just heading straight up this chasm. You don't know where it leads. Theoretically, probably nowhere, actually. He's just trying to be strategic.
I do not like that he has taken her, but there is nothing I can do about that now. Must be for Asma's will. So there is one more golem left, right?
Yeah. The man is wrestling with
yeah, so that would be a negative to attacking it while it's grappled.
Okay.
Potentially hitting the human or creature, whatever it is.
Yeah, well, it's on the other side of this wall. This wall of spikes that formed over it as it was climbing across. These things, they're unlike anything you've ever seen, but you know immediately that they're undead. They look like they want to fall into the river, which is probably concerning for you.
Can I channel positive energy? Am I close enough to?
You could get close enough easily.
Yes. They will just sort of walk forward, and strangely in their hand, a light starts to glow where they do it over to this golem. Trying to see what will happen. It's an abomination.
Excellent. And that emanation you choose as it radiates out. Describe what it does. This positive energy.
Yeah, it briefly lights them up as it goes forward, and the wall doesn't hinder it as it seems to begin to sizzle this creature's skin as the guy is grappling with it. Just skin falling away. Must return to whence it came.
As it tries to brace itself, a rock chips away on this floating foundation, and he begins to fall backwards. His flesh is breaking away, but his grip is strong as ever as he pulls Zestrix with him. He plummets into the River of Souls. Only a few people in this group right now knows that that's probably a very bad thing for you to have these things infesting your water. But
am I able to follow?
Now there is a wall of spikes that has formed. It was enough to catch them as they were making their way over, but mostly as a semi-homogeneous blob of flesh, they were able to overcome it. You are going to have to be more clever if you're trying to get over that wall, or you can find a way around it if you'd like.
Or you could
They
ask me to
glance-
take it down.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
what's
true.
there. They glance back at Aldonis.
Mhm.
Again, their face just stony. This is a hindrance.
Oh, and am I able to take it down since it's not blocking anybody anymore?
Yeah,
Sure. I do that.
as you will, it falls away.
So I don't know how many move actions I have, but if I can.
Are you trying to
move
jump down
forward-
there?
I'm going to jump down there.
All right. Anything you want to say to your friends before you go?
No.
All right. Classic death. Sailix.
All right. So, I have a plan. It's not a very good plan, but it's a plan. I can see Alex over there just dying.
Listen, it could work.
So Sailix is going to sink back into the shadows. If I can grab my token. And pop up behind the Lama's Two Stone and grab it. Then he's going to fly back because Menoth is way up in the air now, right? He's like
Yep.
way
He's far above you.
So he's grabbing the stone and then he's gonna fly back to Vespa, and he's going to kind of like this is super bad. As he lands, he'll wrap his wings around her and pull her into him close. And he'll say, you know, it wasn't all Zestrix that night. And he's going to plant his lips on hers.
Okay.
Before saying, hopefully you have a full plan. And pushing the Nightmare Stone against the Dream Stone she has. To try and give her the full power of the Dreamstones they have.
Across the streams, we're all dead.
Wow. Okay, Vesperin, you immediately visualize something strange. You know, once upon a time, it did look like the Dreamstone was cracked and in half. Now they're both whole, but now that you have them together, all you can visualize is yourself in a dark room, backlit with a blood red. You see two fragments of the same Dreamstone. Where they're broken, there's a small gap. It needs only a gentle push to be put back together.
Fuck it, let's do it.
But just beyond it, you see a large portal glowing red. That's what's giving it this backlit appearance. And a silhouette. Two of them. Young men on both sides of some game board. Some strategy game, maybe. A war game. They're playing against each other. They're sitting with their legs crossed, observing this this little simulated battlefield of theirs. Both of them deep in contemplation.
Do I recognize the figures?
Yeah, they both look like Rune.
Kill them both.
Right. So
I love that Mr. Smith is hiding right now.
okay, so both of them look like Rune and are just playing against each other.
It looks like a chessboard,
Okay.
but it features things that wouldn't make sense in a plane where things are supposed to make sense. Things are non-Euclidean, and as you change your perspective, there are visual paradoxes, and they're pieces. They go in ways that don't make any sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
and they're both waiting. You don't know if it's based on turns, but neither of them are moving any of these pieces, even though some of them shift around. They're both sitting in front, sort of like how two people would sit in front of a fireplace, except this is a portal almost with just magma red and yellow colors swirling about, and it's maybe like 50 feet tall. But they don't, and it almost looks like you're in a canyon of some sort, but they're entranced in this thing. I mean, the Dreamstone is still before you.
Yeah. Who looks like is winning? Or is it impossible?
Oh, you're gonna have to make
tell?
a check if you're. Yeah,
Okay.
it's extremely difficult to tell.
Okay. Like, what check would you want me to make?
Occult, Arcana, or Perception for different difficulties.
Occult, Arcana. I'm gonna use Perception. Looks like a game to me.
You think Rune's winning? Obviously, that's just a fact.
Exactly. Rune's
It's
win.
clear to see.
Rune always wins.
Yeah, start betting because.
Oh gosh. So I feel like she would approach the stone and like look at the two of them and how are you here?
They both look at you at different times. One is missing both eyes, blackened craters, and one has both eyes. They look at you at different times. One speaks first. This is the mind. Rune, you can speak if you'd like.
Oh, Vesper Lass, what are you doing here?
I'm gonna fucking kill this thing.
Here's the rub, my friend. Where we're at doesn't really exist. It's a place between seconds, between everything, really. I just need to finish the game. If I can finish this, then maybe I can make right the things that went wrong.
And that's what you said the last time, and we all got fucked. And she's gonna put the stones together.
And with a flash, you come to still in Sailix's arms. I need you to make a fortitude save as suddenly you get the urge to vomit.
Okay.
Vomit everything you've got.
Okay.
Inches.
Please don't.
From this elf.
Please don't.
Do you have a hero point? Because I don't know. This is kind of big for you.
I do not have any hero points unless chat wants to give me one. Apparently not.
They want to see this happen.
I got one.
All right.
It's gonna be a worse roll.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start thinking about what you ate before coming into Dreamgate.
Oh god. Wait.
So you've got another check?
Fortitude, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Butter roll!
Hold it. Perfect. You.
She will not rob me of this moment.
Okay. So do I feel like the power of the stone and stuff?
You don't know. The stones are gone.
They're gone?
They're gone.
Oh no. Okay, so that doesn't seem good. Uh-oh. Okay, so I feel like she like looks like she's about to throw up, and sort of collapses against Sailix.
Yeah, he'll catch her.
I saw him. Arun. He was there, and then himself, and then I pushed the stones together, and I don't know what happened. I think I fucked it up.
Sailix is gonna look to her like directly in the face, and he's like, "Why don't you try willing something to happen, and seeing what goes down?"
Okay. I feel like, again, the first thought in her head would be like, naked people.
Nothing.
Okay. I don't think I don't think I got it. I don't know what happened. But I don't feel it anymore.
Right. Well, back to fighting then.
The thing we're good at, eh?
Yeah, Salix, what do you do?
I mean, well, right now he's holding her in one hand and the
Yeah.
sword in the other.
Take it you'll have to make the ascent on your next turn. Dearest Dahlia, you're headed up and up and
I am.
up. He stopped constricting you. He's not feeding you that negative energy, just taking you vertically higher and higher.
When can I try and break his grapple?
You can now.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Break the grapple.
Do you have a plan if it works?
Yeah, I'm going to
Fall to the ground.
die. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to, if I can break the grapple, I'm actually going to try and use the momentum because he has me by a tentacle, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to
Coil up.
actually, I'm going to try and swing my leg kind of over the tentacle and get enough of a boost to run along the tentacle to get to his body before I try and attack him again.
Oh. Well, you couldn't break free,
All
but you can
right.
still attack if you'd like. You managed to pull an arm out.
I managed to pull an arm out. Okay. That is what I would like to do then.
Excellent.
Let's see. Let me see if I can target. I'm going to do as I get my arm free. I am going to, and I know that. Do I know at this point that this is undead? What is?
Oh yeah, you're
Okay,
well,
good,
yeah, fully
good.
undead. This is a
Good.
lich.
Excellent. Yeah. I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to do my focus spell of
Okay.
Eradicate Undeath. And it is heightened. So what this will look like, actually it's in an area, it's just us, so it doesn't matter, it's just going to be us. She'll reach
Right.
out in hands and by Pharaoh's will, you will drop me now or you will meet your annihilation. As she puts her hand down, violet and purple black mist will kind of impact as it withers, as where she would touch would just wither. And let me do the damage for you. It's a command dice.
Is that in a radius?
It is a cone, I believe. I can't see. What is the command in Fantasy Ground? Is it dice? I thought it was dice.
Slash dice. Yep.
Okay.
Slash dice 1d whatever.
I can't see. Okay. Am I doing this wrong? Okay.
So you're commanding
Yes.
Menoth to drop you.
I if he does, I have a plan. Right now I'm just hitting him. I'm just trying to get him.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a plan.
So you're making an attack.
I make an attack.
All right. It hits.
All right.
Describe the impact.
It is. Hold on. I'll get. So what this looks like is when she touches him, wherever she touched will begin to wither away. So if she touched the tentacle, it would wither away. And when she does that, she is going to, let me do this.
Mm.
Going to try and actually, sorry. New character, guys. I just keep wanting to do director moves. I'm sorry. I'm like, what is it? How do I do? Oh,
Vicious
Enthrall.
mockery.
vicious mockery.
It will not.
I can't do it now. I can't
Cover
do
men
it
off
now.
in lube.
I can't do that now.
Jeez. So that
what
limb
yes.
begins
Yes.
to loosen
Okay.
as it started to wither away, but you realize that it didn't loosen quite enough to deconstrict you. You're still held. All but one arm is still wrapped in it, but also your weight, man, it actually falls off his body, and you begin to plummet
Call me
to
fat.
the ground. You have seconds before you meet
Seconds.
the ground below. Do you have anything in mind ahead of that impact?
Can I raise my shield to decrease the blow? So this is going to be kind of odd. Can I like summon the graves that come from beneath the ground to meet me halfway to shield me and kind of take that impact away, as well as make an awesome athletics check?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I do have the shield block ability, but that doesn't matter. There we go.
You're taking half damage
That's
from
fine.
quite a fall. Gunslinger, you see this. Menoth is still in the air, but smacking up on the stairs above. Dahlia lands. The other friend has pursued these undead minions as they made way towards the River of Souls. What do you do?
Lady Death, do your best to kill this fucking fish. However, he sent bits and pieces of himself into the river. I'm afraid I must depart.
Oh no. Go. Go quickly.
As you wish. Boy, as he looks to Aldonis, don't you dare jump in that river. You don't belong there. Stay with the living.
Ooh.
I want
As
to
is-
call out to because the gunslinger is gonna dive in there, right?
That's what it sounds like. That's what you hear.
Oi! This is all souls, yeah?
This is all souls, yeah.
Do you got any power to call him? Or direct him? Cause
Pointy is, I'm a dead man walking. I ain't got shit to summon shit.
You notice that the glow gets more intense. That light that hugs this cave wall that goes up infinitely.
Now, if you excuse me, I've got to go kill a phylactery. As he
Looking
just
over, he
walks
goes,
off the edge.
and that river swells up to meet him. And he falls in.
If he can see the target, he'll be taking shots.
Well, it's going to be a while. They fell a few seconds ago, so you'll have some catching up to do. And it is a maze down there. But We'll get back to that. Aldonis, Sailix, Vesprin, what do you do?
So forgive me, I missed a little bit of it. What does the landscape look like?
So Menoth is fleeing directly upwards,
Mm-hmm.
while evidently his quote phylactery of these two golems have fled down into the River of Souls. The party is naturally split, it seems, and these Pharasmites are pursuing things below. Not sure what Menoth is going to do next, but the Dreamstone in both of its pieces is gone.
Okay. And so Lady Death or Dahlia is in front of me, and Vespa and Sailix are far away. Does she look hurt?
I'm lying
Yeah.
in a crater. I'm not. I'm lying in a little bit of a crater. But I am most certainly breathing and moving, so I'm not.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Scythe Lady, or yeah, are you okay? Do I need to heal you, or can I go heal my friends?"
Go heal your friends. I'll be fine.
Okay, and then I head over, and Vespa looks not great, so I smack her with a heel. And
Just
so let me do that, and then that, and then I heal you for a lot of stuff.
Hey.
Hi.
Yes. Thanks, Aldonis. Rune said he was playing in a game, and if he win, then we win, and it all looked fucking confusing, and I don't really get it, but that thing's up there, and if our friends are got the below covered, that seems like where we need to go, eh?
Okay. Sure. Shit. I can heal you, and I can do I can do this thing where they just take force damage.
The river swells again. That pale
Sure.
light.
So next turn I will try this new spell. It's gonna take a minute to do the thing, so figure something out while I try to remember how this goes.
How does Sailix feel, by the way? Because Vestrix fell into the river.
Probably at peace. You don't notice a difference.
So Vesperin's gonna look at Sailix and kind of like put her arm around his neck and be like, "Seems like you're down his sword, eh? How about we double team it?"
We must get as soon after a moment of of hearing kind of everything around her. Dahlia will kind of come to and realize what has to happen, and she'll kind of begin to get. You must go. You must get over the ledge. We must go after.
Notice the figure, the woman who first fell down, appears much larger, like a close light casting a large shadow, but it is her form in a way. This Lady Death, I mean, with beyond a shadow of a doubt, she must be working for Pharasma. You notice the hourglass affixed to her scythe, draining slowly. But right now that the sands replenish themselves as they tick along. Sam, go ahead.
They just sort of their visage, appearing before them, and they look towards Dahlia. Time is running out.
You are right, as always. We must go, friends. We must hurry. There is not much time. she's going to begin to kind of move, and you can tell that she's like, it's whatever she's doing is hurting, but it's just she's just going.
She like moving towards the ledge, or is she talking about we have to?
Yes, I'm moving towards the ledge to where the pterodactyls went over the phylacteries.
Okay. So is she telling us to go over the ledge or to go up to Manoth? Like, that's what I wasn't
Over.
quite clear on.
So the river has swelled up. So
Okay.
it's less of a fall and more of just entering into the river now.
Okay.
Stepping in. But
Wait, the gunslinger guy just said not to do that.
Hi.
But Gubby's down there, so I do want to go help her.
He does not know everything. He is only privileged to some information. You will be fine. You will be in as Pharasma wills it.
Cool. Okay. Hey, who does anybody still have access to like making things real, like maybe making my hand come back again? Because that'd be useful.
No. Keep going.
Well, shit.
You're vertical.
Mm-hmm.
You can fly. So what are you doing?
Sailix pulls Vesperin tight to himself and looks down to her, and he's like, "Well, I'll hold you close. Just make sure you do some damage." And then he takes off upwards.
All right.
My eye itches.
My face itches.
Look, you can't just come out of nowhere with that deep voice. My face itches.
I feel like Dr. Girlfriend. I'm not going to lie. That's what I was going to say. I feel like Dr. Girlfriend. Okay.
I love it.
Oh man. Okay. As they fly up, the Visage's voice just sort of echoes. Their time is running out as well.
That's not ominous.
I mean, Sailix thinks it pretty much is sure he's going to die anyway, so.
Yeah.
So, Sailix and Vesperin, you begin a chase with Menoth into this upwards infinity. I mean, it's just repeating patterns of caves as you go up, at least as far as you can tell. But you're gaining on him. The rest of the party, you head down as this river starts to recede. You're headed in, huh?
I can't
All
fly,
right.
so might as well.
So,
good time.
what you
I'll come hang out with
experience-
my new friends. It's fine.
It's pretty easy to follow Dahlia. The instructions are very simple and straightforward. And I imagine she's quite patient, but you lose a sense of time. You don't know how long it takes to reach the next destination. It feels somehow simultaneously instantaneous and far too long of a journey. But suddenly, this bright, blinding, pale river, it's like you're swimming in clouds. Suddenly, just a pond. Clear water. You're facing architecture, still water, and it feels just like water. None of this ethereal stuff. And suddenly your feet touch solid steps. You're being led up somewhere. Sailix, you're not here, but you got to see the map. So,
Right.
To those who are employed with this reality of helping people navigate through the underworld, what do you guys do when you arrive, Dahlia? Gunslinger.
I'm going surveyor immediately do a perception check to see what damage or what I'm seeing of these phylacteries. If anything has been left, if I can follow them, what's going on.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Trying to follow them. This is your home, after all. It would be really easy to tell if anything's out of place. How about you, stranger?
Tracking people is my specialty, Lady Death. I've got this.
I'll leave it in your capable hands.
As an experienced tracker, that's a feat, by the way.
Oh, really?
The Pale Stranger will use assurance with survival. Give himself a
I can assist.
33.
$33. Two pairs of footprints.
I have life sense as well, even though I don't think that will.
I shapeshift a little bit into my warg form, or at least as much of my warg form as I can. And if he's looking at the prints, I will go over and sniff them and see if they smell at least distinctive.
Make a perception check. As you pass over a bowl, following just the footprints, there's a bowl of water sitting on the ground, and you catch the sight of something strange in the reflection. Just as in a glimpse of it, as you're walking past, face of a young man, human, older than you, but still young, bits of white in his beard, staring back at you. Someone you've never met, and as you glance again, it's nowhere to be found.
Weird. I say that out loud.
I'm gonna go ahead and be following them footprints, see where they take me.
To nobody's surprise, it leads to the entrance of this temple.
No. Oh no. Do I need to do a recall knowledge if I know if there's anything that would ward or protect this temple from these type of things?
Yeah, he's about 10 feet away from you, and he carries 2 guns.
Okay.
See, you failed at your job.
If
Lady and
the-
Graham, we have an uninvited guest.
I was invited.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
You're fine. You're invited.
Okay.
We will all fail if this is not remedied.
Quick question. With
Mhm.
these golem thingies, are they technically dead?
Is that in character?
Yeah, that's in character.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
I am a cleric, sort of, and so I have both healing and harmful spells, and just like I did some reading that healing spells would actually hurt dead things, and vice versa.
That is correct. And yes, correct me if I'm wrong, Ian, they are dead, right? Okay. They are dead.
Okay. Well, I have
What's your
one
name, boy?
smell. What?
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Aldonis.
All right, Adonis. Here's the thing. Stop hemming and hawing around and just speak plainly. This ums and ahs shit is pissing me off. Either know your shit or don't.
Be nice. They are a guest.
We
Damn.
are running out of time.
I agree.
Okay. Well, I can heal it and try to damage it that way, or I can try to do my other spells, but it might make it more powerful if I do those spells. And otherwise, and I like have my jaw, even though I'm 3-footed now, and I'm like, I can just bite them.
I'll be moving on in, following them footprints as far as they go.
You have me by your side as always. And do what damage you can, Aldonis. They are undead. That's all I can give.
Okay, well, that's helpful. Do I see Gubby anywhere? Because Gubby also went over the edge.
R.I.P. Gubby.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Gubby.
No, but as you finally make your way up to the top, you hear Gubby cursing at somebody in Draconic. But we'll cut from there. Sailix, Vesperin, you're on the ascent.
Right.
It's taking more time than you thought. It's a bit anticlimactic. You're closing the gap, but he's trying to lose you.
When that happens, Sailix is going to start. He's going to with an iron grip. He's probably going to hurt Vesperin at this point, but hold her real close to himself, and start to shadow jump to close the distance rapidly.
Wow. Okay. So, to account for the risk involved with that, go ahead and let's make a check. I need you to be
Yeah.
thinking quick and on your feet. So it
Right.
might even be acrobatics
Okay.
as you try to break it.
Is that for both of us?
Well, for you, you're trying to hold on.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to climbing.
Okay.
That would be an athletics check for you.
Okay. Fuck. Oh God. Unless somebody wants to give me a hero point.
Salix, you're much too fast for the Vesperin, apparently.
Hero point. Hero
Something
point.
about you's got her distracted. She slips, and if I don't see a hero point, you're gonna have to go seek after her.
Fuck.
Come on, chat.
That
They
hourglass.
may
on the
not be
site.
able to give any more if we run out. So
Alas. Okay. All right.
So, as she slips, he
oh, we got one. We got one.
Oh,
Okay.
Casey coming in clutch.
Okay.
Casey!
Vesperin's about to
Okay. Is
fall to
that
her
better?
death. Much better. You meet that is barely catching onto Salix's leg as he jumps through these shadows, emerging, getting higher and higher every time. Menoth trying to turn corners, try to get the jump on you.
Are we coming? Are we closing? We're getting close, right?
You're getting pretty close. What's your plan once you've reached him, though?
So it's more of we're gonna act in concert a little bit. So Salix's plan is he's going to try to fly by, past Menoth. On his way by, he's going to kind of try to superficially slash at him, and deposit Vesperin as he continues on further. So then Vesperin will be left on Menoth, hopefully unnoticed, and then Sailix will be in front of Menoth.
I want to grab that big fin and have my magic fish ride.
You're jumping through a shadow again.
Pretty much. That's what I mean. If that's what we need to do to make that happen.
Yeah, you've got an opening. It's a split-second decision to make. And as you jump, you realize Menoth has been paying close attention, much like Rune would. And with a flash of light, he eliminates the shadow, pinning your only option underneath a rock. Suddenly, that rock is collapsing, though. I need a reflex save from both of you to get out of the way. He's fed you straight into basically a trap. Using one of Rune's magic light spells. That's just rude. Well, Vesperin, you jump out of the way, but you'd have to let go of Salix.
Oh no.
And fly into the air. Now, the caveat to that is you could land on Menoth if you would like.
Okay.
Because of the angle. But good luck to Salix if he can't get out from underneath this trap.
All right. I think I'm gonna try to do that because
Okay.
I feel like
That's the plan anyway.
yeah, that's the plan, and Sailix being able to like dodge without having to hang on to me seems easier for him. Okay. So, do you want I do have like the long jump feet also.
That's perfect. We're gonna need an acrobatics check. Just give it all you got
Okay.
to try to reach Menoth. He's obviously wounded, but
Is that good?
Well,
Balgora will catch you.
Ah, yes.
You can use it to get in there, but you're not on top of him. You're beside him.
Okay.
Sailix.
I want
Rock.
as the rock's closing, and I think I didn't pass my reflex save. I want to slash through it, like just smash it with my sword, 2-hand straight through it.
Make an attack. Make an attack roll.
All
Yeah.
right.
It was supposed to catch you, but it does shatter into pieces. Later, you'll hear the echoing as it hits other rocks cascading down far, far below. But you've got an action. What do you do left?
How far is Menoth away?
A long jump. You'll probably have to fly.
I. Can I attempt, like, how close are the walls around what's going on right now?
You're at a choke point. And it's not a straight, it has actually it's been breaking off into a bunch of, it's very maze-like, and you're actually on a very thin spot. It's only about 50 feet wide. So in some spots, he's actually squeezing through.
Could I attempt? Would it be feasible to attempt to try to use like Tanglefoot at this point and like have the like vines come out around the sides to enrapture him so he can't flee anymore?
To a tentacle, if you would like, it would be like pulling somebody's hair. Obviously, he could power through it, but it would be enough if he doesn't expect it. It could throw him off.
Right. Well, I mean that's
Might buy you time.
that's what I'm trying to do at this point.
Perfect. Yeah, because his tentacles, they sort of just drag along the sides of these walls as he's moving about. So it wouldn't be hard to just snag him real quick and see if it's enough to throw him off his game a little bit. Maybe give Vesperin some time.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. Like just I mean, even if it's just a few seconds, it's something he doesn't expect, and anything to throw him off his game is what he's aiming for at this point.
Perfect. Is Sailix afraid of heights, by the way?
No.
Okay, good. Because, yeah, you look down. I mean, and as those vines come out to wrap around him, you guys are... It looks like you're 1,000 feet up from where you started, but he's caught now. And he's quite angry. He starts trying to tug at it. And each time he moves, Balgora just kind of cuts a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Vesperin is sort of dangling, though. But we'll get back to that.
Okay.
Aldonis, Mr. Stranger, Dahlia, and Our Lady Death. You arrive at the temple. This is where Dahlia works. You know her job. She is Death's future. This is where she consults people to be... well, actually, I'll let her describe it.
Yep. That's
So,
okay.
what do you do here?
Accounts receivable. No. The temple. Yeah, the temple itself has a grand staircase, and it's a temple, and she kind of is moving and she's talking. You know, it's when every creature has their time. It is my privilege, my job, if you say, my destiny to listen to hear the stories of every living soul that comes through these lands, that comes through these waters. I listen. I listen to the life story, and I listen to everything. And from there, I decide what happens. It is a very, how do you say, difficult task to place, not judgment. It is not judgment necessarily. It is just ending one book and starting another. You might know of that. I don't know. She's going to kind of look at you, Adonis. I don't know. Perhaps you have encountered something like this before. I don't know. But what I do know is that this cannot, those creatures know. This would upset the balance, and that would upset Pharasma, and that cannot happen.
Notice you're in now, coming out of a couple of back rooms to a wide open chamber. It's covered and there are no windows. So it's lit only by a flame, several that run along the water. You hear calm waves as they sort of lap up, but there's light coming from deep below. And it's almost like it's like calling to you, the way the water here has always done. But it's very, it's serene here. It's not scary.
So are we just waiting for these things to come up, or what?
I think we're going after them, right? We're moving out of character.
Yeah, so let's continue to track. Gunslinger, can you get another check?
I'll just use assurance again. Give me a 30. I was off last time, not a 33. It was a 30.
Be careful around the waters, she'll say to Adonis. Be careful.
Gunslinger, you lead them to the large circular platform in the center. This is where Dahlia does her most important work. Following over, Adonis, make a perception check for me.
It's real bad.
Yeah. Something there was to be seen, and Adonis didn't see it.
Yeah, well, Aldonis is a little freaked out, but also strangely at home.
Yeah, and Dahlia, you notice that reflection. These reflections are made to be recognized by those standing above them, and it's rare that you recognize such reflections, but you do. You don't know a lot of stories, but this is one of them.
There is more than you know about yourself and your destiny, Adonis.
Well, they tell me a lot about my destiny. Some say I'm like the second coming of whatever, and I'm supposed to lead a bunch of goblins or something. But like, I don't know how to lead or anything.
I think you do. I think, I cannot say. Not yet. There's more story yet to be written for you.
You sound like the director.
Hmm?
Friend of mine tells really good stories.
Stories.
Listen here, boy.
Mm.
Whatever anyone tells you, you do what the fuck you want, lay your own path, and tell your own story. That's how it always is. Ain't no fate for nobody.
I like that version of reality than what other people have been telling me.
So fucking write it then. Stop complaining, pansy bastard.
Be nice.
I wasn't complaining, was I?
No.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Whining. Is that better,
Standing
lady?
where the
The-
Listen,
semicircle.
Fairland's here. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll
So
take a look
standing where-
around, see if there's anything interesting about the edge of the platform near the water.
Well, Gunslinger, it isn't long before you realize there is something interesting. The clues are subtle, but it's something you'd recognize. Dahlia, you see that reflection again as Aldonis stands idly near the edge of the water. You're reminded of that story, of what it means. But it's a dilemma, isn't it?
Yes. Why do you do this?
Well, let's consult. Let's consult not with
Mhm.
death's future, but death's present. Our lovely Reaper. Maybe she's got insight here. You've got a story you can tell, and perhaps this young man needs to hear it, but a second opinion wouldn't hurt.
What do you see, Dahlia?
I see a friend.
Hmm.
I see the ending of a friend, but the start of another. Aldonis, you cannot. She kind of starts to get a picture. You cannot go on. Pharasma, I hope that I do not offend you by doing this, but and she'll get close to Aldonis and kind of like look at him. You have to write your destiny and let others let their books close.
What others? Who?
You're giving him too much.
Aldonis, you can make another perception check as you stand by the water.
Okay.
Would you like?
Are you serious?
Can I like give him mine?
Listen here, Lamastite. Your patron apparently decided to use this pool. So, why don't you and all your divine knowledge try and figure out what the fuck is going on?
It's not the first time somebody's asked me that today.
So figure out an answer.
Okay. I will lift up my bandana and open my third eye and look at the pool and try to figure it out.
I assist.
Do you
Ian.
push? Okay. Suddenly you've been pushed into the water.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Whoops.
You saw something. You saw that man in the reflection again, but you didn't get an opportunity because suddenly you were thrust in, and you're under the water.
Okay.
And
Write your story, pup. Make it good.
now it starts to get cold, and you hear the stories. That's what happens when you die. But it gets just colder and colder and colder until it's offensively chilly. Suddenly you open your eyes, and the dampening effect of snow suddenly puts everything into really quiet calm. You're knee deep in snowfall. It's pitch black, save for a couple of flames off in the distance, what look like igloos. Your three friends from death, they're with you. standing in the snow. There are people off in the distance. It looks like a small village. Go ahead, Dahlia.
Adonis, you may go. You cannot be seen here. You are not here, if you understand.
So I'm like invisible to them.
Yes, kind of.
Oh,
Please, you should go.
okay, I will then. And I go towards the igloos. And
Follows him.
yeah.
Anybody follow him? Dahlia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I have an audience for some big awakening.
Creeping, walking behind you, following you.
A small town. It looks like everybody's asleep. As you approach, when you step, it makes footprints, but looking behind you, none have formed.
Okay.
There's a woman fishing in a hole at the center of this small town.
Mhm.
An orc. She pulls a fish up, puts it in a cloth sack, and heads into one of the igloos. I feel drawn to it, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow her.
Dahlia, you take it you all come with, huh?
Yes.
Just following my intuition here.
Inside, there's a small fire in the center. You can hear a crying baby. She takes the fish out of the sack and puts it on the fire and starts to grill it. Her and her partner, they're discussing something about the baby. It won't stop fussing. Dahlia, go ahead.
She'll look over to Aldonis. You should go to that infant. Take a look at it.
Okay. And I do. And I look at the baby or whatever is crying and making the weird noises.
The child's familiar. Make a perception check for me.
Please don't be a 1. It's better.
This baby must have been born weeks ago
Mm-hmm.
on the other side of the planet. There should be no reason why this thing is familiar to you, this orc infant, but it is. Not by appearance. What do you do?
I want to like look at it with my third eye and see what, like, see if I can see beyond the physical.
Yeah. It's Monica.
You understand.
She's really gone.
No. She is not really gone. She is here. The friend that you know. The friend, perhaps, that you feel tied to, yes. But no, it is... She'll kind of like look back at the gunslinger and at Lady Death. We have the past and we have the present of death. Some call me the future. I grant and I pass those who end their stories to have new ones. Your friend Monica, this is her new story. This is the beginning. And yours has not ended yet, Aldonis.
Rune said he was going to try to bring her back. But you're telling me he can't.
No.
The father orc is inspecting the child. They're chatting. I mean, they think perhaps he's sick with something. And as you glance over, you see a connection between these two parents. If you didn't know Monica, you wouldn't understand the bond at all. But it's as real in this family as it was for you and Monica.
The child's adopted. Like they found it.
Yep.
I want to reach out and like put a spectral hand on the baby's head and say, may they be as good to you as you were to me.
The mother shivers, chills. Let's go to bed. One says to the other.
Aldonis turns to them. I think I'm done now.
And once
Let's-
you have decided you're done, it starts to melt away back to that atrium you were in before. Go ahead.
We're all stories in the end. We just got to make sure we do our best to make it a good one. The question you got to ask yourself is, did she? And will you?
I can't speak to her. I know she wasn't ready to be done.
But did she have a good story?
No.
Hmm.
Not all stories are good.
I don't want to be here anymore. Let's go hunt that thing.
Look to Gunslinger.
All right, then. Let's see what I can find out.
High above the river of souls, Sailix, you've got your opportunity. What do you do? You're merely a step away. Oh, you're muted.
Whoops. He takes it. He closes the distance as fast as he can.
Perfect. Make an attack for me.
All right.
If that's what you're trying to do. This thing is wedged.
Oh my god. Get out of here with that.
You've got more attacks. If you think that's enough, Sailix, you might as well surrender.
So, Sailix is going to fly. He's like stationary now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sailix is going to maneuver himself in front of his eyes, like those giant things. He's just gonna kind of, with murmuring to himself in like celestial, like trying to like will up any kind of latent like leftover power from Desna or something. He's going to like double hand slash at the middle eye, just bringing down everything he's got on it. Like he's gonna even fly up a little bit and then come down
for
with
it.
the force of everything he's got.
Take it.
Come on,
Hunt your prey.
please.
Vesperin.
Oh no. Okay.
You're on the side of this thing, but you're stable. The knife, it's caught.
Yeah. Is there a way I can like, swing off the knife, to use acrobatics to get on a better position on top of it, and
Yeah.
then like stab on my way down?
Definitely.
Okay. Would that be an attack roll or acrobatics or both?
Let's do the acrobatics to get on top, and then it's an attack roll.
Okay.
So just acrobatics for now.
Oh boy.
You can climb up. Yeah, it's
Okay.
easy.
Cool.
Very simple wall.
And let me attempt my attack, and depending on how well this goes, will depend on what happens.
You're getting the idea that Menoth in this form is extremely difficult.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can hunt him all you want, but even Sailix, I mean, Sailix could cut somebody clean in half, and he's having a hard time even breaking him. Menoth is in a indestructible form almost from here.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go ahead and make that attack from up top.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's any like weak spots? Like
Yeah, because he does have some gills
yeah.
about his body. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Jesus, these rolls tonight.
This is the worst.
It's the worst.
You don't know, but
Mhm.
Balgora is shaking in your hand, wiggling, trying to break free. You know it can move by itself.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna put my faith in Callistria and Balgora to make him hurt. So yeah, she's just gonna whisper to Balgora like, make him bleed.
Tell me I'm free.
You're
Starts
free.
to vibrate and shake.
Yeah.
And when you say that, you feel like something deep inside your soul is being asked permission. You have dominance over this artifact, and it's asking you to sever that.
Oh no. I do not want to do that. Oh God.
Do it. Do it.
Hook. No, that's a bad idea.
Do it.
Every time you look,
Yeah.
there are little gills that open
Uh-huh.
now and then, almost like little valves in Menoth's flesh. And every time it opens, Balgora wiggles just a little bit, fully under your control, but it's shaking. It wants in there. Like anything it's ever killed, it's just wanted to get inside to the little organs.
Okay. So that was a miss. I'm gonna try to attack it again. Oh. Fuck!
It just breaks off on its own.
Oh God! No! What the fuck, dice?
Suddenly, tentacle wraps around your leg, and you feel your soul being sucked out of your body. Energy
Oh God!
feet.
Why can't I get those dice?
Sailix is struggling the same.
Yeah, I'm calling hacks, Ian. Okay.
Balgora wiggles again.
Let me free.
I can't. Fucking no, I can't.
Time. Our journey together is at an end. Let me go.
Sailix is being attacked now as well. Tentacles pulling in
To save the
on
elf.
him.
like he saved you.
This is hard. Oh my god. Okay. I feel like that would get to her.
Oh, good. Then make a will save.
Okay.
It gets to you. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Balgora can kill anything
Yeah.
if it could get inside the armor.
Yeah.
Menoth has been unbreakable so far. But what happens if you break Menoth from within?
Yeah.
Every time those gills open, when Menoth has something wise to say, Balgora just begs a little bit more.
But in order to do that, I have to sever my connection to it?
You have to agree to let it go.
Okay.
Theobald never told you what that meant, though. You sort of have to lean on it.
Okay. Then God, this fucking chat. Oh my god. Just like, well, all right. I'm blaming you guys if this goes horribly
So
awry.
now, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll just run the attacks on
Sure.
Sailix as this is happening for your
Oh, God.
indecision.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, you do it now? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, so
Oh,
now that you see
God.
the tentacles start constricting
Yeah.
around him, you agree.
Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, as soon as you just gently, you get that, he has to ask you politely one last time.
You give me permission.
Yes. Make it
Anticlimactically, as you begin to even utter the word, suddenly out of your hand, straight in between the gills, very cleanly. Menoth has never screamed, but now suddenly he's screaming. If not for the bloating as he constricts his muscles to try to deal with the hemorrhaging inside, he starts to actually just sit on this gap. He's stuck and he has nowhere to go. Suddenly the wrapping around Sailix, it starts to ease up. Sailix, you're free. What do you do?
I'm going to slowly kind of ease my way up, like with the blade pressing against the middle eye. You fat fuck, you stole my friend. I want him back. As he slowly just starts pushing that blade into him. It's like, and you're gonna give it to him. Say again?
And that's at his eye?
Yeah, like right in that middle eye he was trying to like attack at earlier.
Yeah, and as you get close to it, you notice it starts closing again and shutting, but it is this clear, filmy material. And you notice Balgora poking in through, coming out slowly, and then it moves itself back in to his body, and then suddenly his eyes just shut, and he starts to fall limp. But then suddenly he starts to slip as well. There's quite the opening underneath you. And before you realize it, you and Vesperin are free falling straight towards the River of Souls with the corpse of Menoth's body.
Can
Aldonis. Oh, we'll get back to you. Aldonis, where do you go?
Well, I'm trying not to show anybody that I'm crying. And looking for anything that'll be like leading us to those golems.
Well, stranger, you know exactly where the golems went.
Let's go,
Use-
pup.
You see this pale stranger. He's standing at the edge of this atrium, this building. There's a strange anomaly where the ripples keep forming, almost like a portal in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Dahlia,
Your folk decided to cause a bit of a problem in my ward. Are you willing to help me rectify this situation?
Sure. Let's do this.
Lamar starts first.
I jump in. I got nothing left to lose.
who follows?
Lady Death, Grim, feel free if you care. Otherwise, I'll be right back.
Can't let you have all the fun.
Well,
Indeed
shit.
not.
We eat
Looks like-
together.
Gunslinger's got an errand to run, huh?
Gunslinger's gonna yeet his ass into that pool.
Oh, okay. Excellent. And you four emerge in what looks like a canyon. You know it's not, because you visited every type of terrain here, and none of it's really real, but before you, a 50-foot tall portal, sitting in front of it like kids in front of a fireplace. Rune and Rune. Playing a game. They're both deep in contemplation. Chained to one of the pillars, it's Gubby.
So what is this? Is this real? Is any of this real? I ask my companions.
What is real?
Let's just say
But
that.
this
What is
not
real?
to be.
Let's wax some
Listen.
philosophy real quick.
Sure.
I'll let them philosophize and wax vagaries. I'll tell you this, whatever you're walking into is whatever you think it is. And I mean that as seriously as I ever can. This shit is crazy.
Real talk.
Okay then. So
What's the aura of this room, Ian? Like, what is this room giving off?
You realize what they did here was they took the energy from the portal you worked so hard to create. It channels reincarnation. It's a transaction. You say, I give you a soul, you will recycle it, and you give me all of their memories to wipe it clean. Now, they piggybacked off of it. They said, let's take the latent energy of this pool and let's make a portal, let's say, to hell. And it seems like you're in hell. But see, things are strange here, and you think it has something to do with the elf gates near the River of Souls. You don't know anything about it. Mostly just rumors, but they break the rules, the separation of the planes, and this has Lamish 2 written all over it.
Lamash 2, Lamash 2. Something has happened here, and it is not good. Balance has been shifted.
so
Pharasma.
how do we put it back into balance?
I got a couple ideas.
Okay.
So
Care
at
to
those
share
Their
with the
head to
class?
side.
At the two far pillars, Zestrix is chained to one, Gubby chained to the other, and you notice now, on either side of this battle Rune's having with himself, sitting in front of these flames, that golem of flesh and brain and the golem who's got a light inside of his chest. They're standing over Rune, just watching the game. Realize before them this flame, it's a portal.
What is Pharasma giving me any sort of signal? Is there any sort of latent feeling that I am getting from Pharasma?
Well, you feel that there's necromantic energy about.
Start walking up slowly, pulling both my guns. As I said, I got a couple ideas.
It's just
Roll
time.
for initiative.
Rolling for initiative. All right. That's what I like to hear. Okay, and we're going to get back to that. Sailix, you've got to save an elf from free fall. She's a sea elf, not a sky elf. She can't do air like this. What do you do?
So as they're falling, Sailix is kind of he goes into like full on like running after, like he's running along the side of Menoth's body as he's like falling, trying to get to her, like cutting off limbs that are standing in his way, jumping like towards her. And as they're coming closer to the ground, like he feels like he's not gonna get to her in time, and he manages to grab her, pull her in right at the last minute, and like they're like inches from the ground. And he just kind of whispers to her, he's like, "I got you." And then they fall into the shadow, but that Menoth's massive body is about to crush them, and they come out just over top of the carnage that is now the crater that is left of Menoth. Sailix holding Vesprin tightly to himself.
And I feel like as they re-emerge, she just like look at him and give that sort of like roguish grin of like, never doubted it. Ian, do I feel Balgora anymore?
Where the cliff comes up, you see the figure of an undead dwarf off in the distance, staring at you. His skin pale, he's got a wide beard and a crater for a nose, and he just melts into the ground. Balgora's running from you right now.
Running?
Seems to be avoiding you.
Okay, so my question is again, I'm sorry if this is a stupid question, but like, does it seem to be that undead dwarf is like the visage of Balgora, or just like unrelated person
The
jumping
way
me?
he nodded at you
Yeah.
seems affirming.
Okay. Looks like I gotta track down my knife. Wanna come with?
I don't have anywhere better to be.
So I have. Can I use where is it? Reactive pursuit?
Oh yeah, start chasing him.
Yeah.
The glint of a shiny red blade far below falling into the water and the river of souls, cutting as it falls along the stream. You know exactly where to go.
Okay.
It's where your friends went.
All right. Let's go.
Here we go. Then going in after.
And Lady Death, in the depths of hell or somewhere of the like, you've got first on initiative. You don't know what all is really causing this nightmare, but you have got a feeling it has something to do with the wizard in the front. What do you want to do?
I'm going after my targets. As he raises his two pistols, starts walking towards the glob with a little bead of light in it, and just pops off, taking each step. Listen here, you eldritch minnow, brat bastard. I will cook you in a fucking stew.
That's a hit.
Extra 3 points on that sneak.
Excellent.
And
That'd be a
last
critical
shot.
miss.
Oh, was that a critical? Oh, all right.
Critical miss followed by a critical hit.
Balance.
With each little phrase the stranger takes, those green bullets flying out of his gun. Pop, pop. That last one. All 6 shots firing out of the gun at once, tearing through the creature. You will be in my pot of stew.
Oh, and he's falling apart. But suddenly he moves towards you. With great speed and determination. All's left is enough for a swipe of the claw. That is a hit.
I am going to do my glimpse of redemption on him. He's close enough, I
Alright.
think. Yep. Trigger is when an enemy actually. I guess you'd have to do the damage because it has to be a damage thing. So, I guess that would be the. Know that this is in play. I don't know if it hits.
Oh, it did. It did damage.
Oh, it did. Okay, good. All right. So, so with that, when the creature will try and attack him, there's like, that kind of anime moment where Sting and Dahlia's eyes will just kind of fall right in line with his as he meets hers. And it's as if she has pierced into his soul and seen every horrible thing, everything that could make this creature want to not exist. That's what she sees, and that's what she brings, the emotion that she brings up with this. So when this happens, you have to choose one of the following. My ally is either unharmed by the damage, or the ally gains resistance to all damage against the triggering damage equal to 15. After the damage effect is applied, the enemy becomes enfeebled 2 until the end of my next turn. And I have this actually as a higher level. So,
And what's the save?
the save, I don't think there is one, is there?
Or is it just automatic?
It's automatic. It's a reflex. It's actually a reflex.
The damage is null and void.
The foe also will start taking damage of persistent good equal to my charisma modifier, which is let me get that. 3. And I'm sorry. Yeah, 3.
All right. Persistent good. We'll run it there. The other eater approaches and claws at this gunslinger. More undead damage. Do you have anything to react to it with?
No,
All
it is
right.
not.
You're being slashed apart, but you still have time. Dahlia, it's your turn.
Oh, but
What do you do?
I am going to I'm going to close the gap. I'm going to go after the one that is slashing at the pale stranger
All right.
on a horse. No. All right. And I'm going to attack.
Excellent.
Yep. Gonna slice.
Got 2 actions.
I am going to use both. As well as my shield is raised, by the way.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
Actually, I can roll it.
Yeah, can you roll it? I can't see.
Yep.
Thank you. By Pharasma's will, you should not be here. You will suffer an end.
You have 1 action left, correct?
Yes.
You can attack.
I'm going to attack. Yeah, that was for an attack.
That one's a near miss. Daniel, go ahead.
So Zestrix is going to attack the pale stranger because he looks the worst.
Can he attack? He's still
Suddenly
chained.
appearing behind you in your blind spot, gunslinger, Zestrix, the man you know to just look like Sailix, suddenly stabs at you with a short sword.
Is it just short sword?
Yeah, he's loose from his bindings, as is Gubby. But she's not interfering in this fight. She's strolling over towards Rune. It's a hit. Roll damage.
I don't have damage for a short sword.
Oh. We'll just roll it and we'll do half.
All
Because
right.
Sailix isn't as good. Aldonis.
Mm-hmm.
You notice Gubby begins to shift. You knew there was something like that about her, but that third eye of hers opens, and her bones start to pop and shift. She's about 30 feet away from you. She's headed straight towards Rune over at the portal.
I am going to shite. I don't like this at all. I guess I'm closest to the brain eater, I think. So I'm gonna no. Is there a thing for Gubby? I'm gonna try to cast fear on Gubby and get her to move away
good.
from all of it.
That's the save, right?
Yeah. So that is a will save. And it's 28. Yeah, no. So she is frightened for 2.
Excellent.
And I'll just like get between her and the runes, the chest playing runes.
Yep. She says, "Get out of the way.
Why?
This wasn't meant for you."
What is it?
Her skin starts to tear. So sort of similar to how yours does when you transform, and she just pops and her spine starts to bend into a quadrupedal form. Sam, it's your turn.
Yeah. So seeing the pale stranger be attacked, they will sort of step forward, their scythe dragging along the ground, making that scratching sound of a blade against stone, and just bring it up in sort of an arc against Thespian, or no, whatever his name is that is attacking runes.
Zastrix. Yep.
Zestrix.
Thespian. Thespian.
Let's not attack the water elf.
Thespian.
Zastrix.
Thespian.
Easy name.
And what do? You're going to make a swing?
Yep.
I'll roll into the tower. Oh. Sailix, you're flying over to meet the River of Souls. You're tracing Valgora. You make better time in the sky, so why not just follow along the chasm, right? Vesper, and suddenly you feel something strange as you're holding on to Sailix.
Okay.
There's blood coming from his chest.
Helix, what? Can I see a wound or like?
There appears to be a wound. He's wearing armor, though. Sailix, you start to feel it.
It's not great.
Wait. Does it look like it's a wound that Valgora made, or is it something
No,
from the fight?
I mean, you can see Valgora
Okay.
dipping along, heading over. Now you start to see that temple off in the distance. But before you have a chance to even
Yeah.
figure out what's going on, Salix's wing starts to buckle.
Oh
And
God.
he begins to plummet into the river down below.
Let's see. Is he above me?
You're both falling.
Okay.
He was above you, and now you're both falling.
Is it possible to, like, I don't know if I have any rope or anything on me, but to, like, do something to, like, slow the fall or lash out to something or whatever?
You can try to catch. Yep, make a reflex save.
Okay.
Try to catch onto anything. I mean,
Yeah.
just anything at this point.
Yeah!
You catch it at great cost as
Okay.
as the rocks chip and scratch at your arm, barely getting a foothold, and now it's a struggle to hold
Yeah.
him up. Suddenly, he's not responsive, or only halfway there.
Okay.
Back at this portal, the scythe is through Zestrix's chest. From the back, he was trying to put Trey the Unforgotten, and it looks, at least for a moment, that death is about to catch up to them both. Aldonis, you're warned a second time. And suddenly, shifting over, Gubby takes the appearance of a hyena.
Nice.
She picks herself back up.
I knew I liked you for a reason. What are you doing, Gubby?
She just looks at you with a sad look on her face. You notice the mark on her shoulder. It's the brand of the Triad. She slowly draws a scimitar.
Ooh.
Gunslinger, it is a cluster right now. You're in the mosh pit. What are you doing?
His eyes flare red. Nice of you to come and dance. Why don't I take the lead? As he empties his guns into the creature in front of him.
The flesh golem?
Not that one.
The other golem?
Well, the one with the lad in it.
Oh, okay. All right. Thought you were talking about Zestrix. I was like, all right. Man.
Do it.
And so then we start a new campaign.
It's a hit.
First one was a hit.
For the
Against the soul.
yeah, because he's flat-footed to you, right?
Oh yeah. All right.
Yep. You got more actions? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's better.
Run it. Well, you've blown it to bits. It's dead.
Turns to the other one. Now it's your turn.
Got any more actions?
Yeah. On the white roll too. And then one last one. As the reaction shot. How's he keep rolling two?
Well, the first one's a hit.
There.
So that one counts. Roll damage. He falls on
The
his
first
ass.
one.
Yeah, but he's still kicking, but he's falling on his ass. Back above the river, Vesperin, it looks like Sailix is dying.
How far above are we from like what looks like the ground?
150 feet to the water below.
Okay.
You can make the jump.
Yeah. Is there a way I can, basically like, again, like use momentum to get Sailix's body in a better position so that I can like roll or something to make
Sailix
that
is-
easier?
He's responsive right now.
Okay.
He's barely conscious. So at least he's got a say in it, but his wings aren't working.
Okay. So I guess she'd like look down at him as like, because again, I picture she's like hanging on to the rock with the one hand and then hanging on to him with her other hand, and she's not the most strong, so there's some strain.
Right.
Are there like rocks beneath his feet? Like
Yeah,
that he
you've
can
managed
touch?
to catch yourself. That's
Okay.
You have enough of a hold.
Sailix
feel
will go
yourself
ahead
going numb.
and like it's not a smooth surface. Like I can like actually cling to it.
Right.
Sailix will go ahead and use it to climb up, and then use Rapid Mantle to pull himself to the top.
All right. That's about most of what you can do before you start to fade a little bit. Vesperin, do you have anything else?
Wait, so he's climbing to the top?
Trying to
or
hoist himself
to the
up, yeah.
bottom?
To the top.
Okay, but we have to go to the bottom, right?
Yeah.
If you're trying to make that jump, but you don't know if, Sailix might just have seconds.
Yeah. So she'd call up to Sailix. Do you trust me?
Yes.
Okay. So she'd try to make the jump.
You pull him by his legs, or what are you doing here?
Basically my thought would be to jump and then ask him to let go so she could try to catch him.
All right.
But it has to be timed so that way, like, you know, he falls slower than she does.
So you pull it and you start to fall. If I've got that correct.
She would basically do like a thing like the you know, when you're rock climbing and you're rappelling, ideally with a rope, and you're controlling your fall, so you push off the cliff, and then, you know, because that's what you're saying is I have to jump down. Unless I'm wrong.
I mean, if you're trying to get to the water below, yeah, I mean, it's the only way. You have to try to miss the rocks so you
Yeah.
don't die
Yeah.
on the way over.
Okay.
Get as much distance to the center, and I hope Sailix is alive by the time you even make it there.
Okay. So then she'd be like, you know, like take my hand or whatever and like try to pull him with her. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, with no objection, you guys start to fall.
Okay.
You plummet down below, but you feel that lightness, that limpness to Sailix. Suddenly, though, you see something forming in front of your face before you make it to the bottom. It's a red swirl, a vortex, and that familiar artifact whispering to you.
This is where we part ways.
What are you talking about?
This vortex in front of you, this swirling red, it takes the foreground. You know you're plummeting towards this water, but you start to see something on the other side. It's like the hilt of that blade. What do you do?
I try to take it.
You try to take it. We'll get back to you.
Oh no. Oh no.
Down in the pits of this room, this brain eater stands up, and you see this pulsing, this blue, like magic spells going off in his neural network as he starts to repair himself and heal. His limbs are sort of reforming as he stands, and he looks at Zestrix and traces the opponent. Slowly, he's trying to scan, figure out who his enemies are. And he takes a step towards the gunslinger. Suddenly you hear from above, as the portal you entered from behind you opens up. Flying out of it is a bladed dagger. Glides cleanly from temple to temple through this guy's massive brain. Suddenly the undeath is taken out of him, and he falls to his knees. The portal, it was sort of snagged. Like, imagine like a twig through like a cotton candy machine. Like, you've got that sort of that like bit left over, and it almost looks like fiberglass that's swirling around, and it materializes. Vesprin's holding it. She's standing with Sailix, who looks about as rough as Zestrix. The threat's
That
eliminated
wasn't fair.
for the hyena.
You cheated.
I
Vesprin, what do you do?
feel like, so first of all, so I understand this correctly. Am I hanging on to Valgora right now?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Balgora moved through, and instead of Balgora teleporting to you, you teleported to it.
That's really cool. But I feel like she doesn't have time to process that right now. Cause like she's like looking at Sailix like dying and being like, don't you fucking die on me. No fucking here. Not right now. And then
The
she like
hyena
looks
has-
up and is like, oh.
It appears that the threat is eliminated, save for this standoff between Aldonis and this woman.
Gubby,
A
don't
hyena.
make me hurt you. You don't have to do this.
You don't even know what this is.
Well, I would if you would actually talk to me instead of speaking in half truths or half statements.
You disgrace Lamash too. This is a holy place. You should be grateful. You should be with us.
Real quick, is Sailix like a lie, like conscious to hear all this right now?
Barely.
Okay.
You're having trouble talking, though. You can feel the blood.
Belong with you? With the Triad? I don't think so. Triad has taken just about everything from me.
Oh, they've only just begun. That's an engine. We can make whatever we want in here. All it takes is to dream it up. And we send it on out, and it's ours.
No. I want nothing to do with this. Or you. And I will myself to take the third eye out of my head and scream in pain, but I want to take it out of my head and throw it at her.
Wow.
I reject it.
mean,
I reject this.
That's one way to do it.
Mhm.
I'll fucking kill you, Aldonis. I will
Try
kill
it.
you.
Try
Yeah?
it.
Well, guess what?
I shift into my warg form, 3 paws and all.
Wait now. You know what's on the other side of that portal?
Don't give a shit.
Oh, no, you do. It's little old Breach Hill. See that way station? That's a conduit. It's a lot of power. That's why the Triad wanted it. Lamash too, she's the mother of nightmares. She did all the hard work for us, just dreaming it up. And we can bring it to life. All it takes is for them to walk through. So your family, they came to us in their dreams, their dark, dark dreams. And they found your little gate underneath the citadel. They headed through. And you look around now. She's going to point up at the canyon. There are layers of rocks that come up, and each one just darker and darker. You start to see the forms of wargs appearing. They're silhouettes. Some you recognize, perhaps. But there's dozens of them. And from dozens, suddenly hundreds, and rising up more layers of rocks, an uncountable number. You didn't expect to see this. Somebody's manufactured an army. So you can kill me. But we've already won. And this game here, it has nothing to do with it. Little old Rune. And she's going to sort of poke around you to look at Rune playing this game with himself. That wasn't about any of this. She points back to the wargs. He just wanted to bring somebody back. That's his gamble. So we'll kill you, and then we'll kill him. Menoth will give us what we want, and we'll just start from Breach Hill.
Aldonis will look over his shoulder at the Vesperin. Hey, I see you're not dead. What about Menoth?
Can't say the same for him.
Sailix just holds a bloody thumb.
Thumbs falls off.
Hey, Balgora, you want another meal?
This hyena is going to take a couple of steps back.
Aldonis is going to step back and try to get to Sailix or his shadow twin, whichever's closer.
10 seconds, Aldonis.
As soon as I get in range, I try to heal whichever one.
6.
So yeah.
5. You rush over to Sailix.
Yep.
As she counts down 4. You guys ready your weapons? I imagine you see hundreds, if not thousands of wargs surrounding you. 3.
Does that count her target, Lady Death?
Esperan's gonna throw her knife at it.
Wargs. Pounce.
Pharasma wills it. Destroy
And suddenly,
them all.
you see just a horde, sort of like bats, swarming as they make their way to the sky. They don't plan a safe landing. They plan to fully land on you. But that's where we're going to end off for tonight, guys.
Oh, you shit. Oh my god.
Oh. Big yikes for level 11. Sailix, don't die.
Yeah.
Everybody don't die, except for the undead ones. Don't.
I literally
you
didn't
died.
take like
Yeah.
almost no damage. Zestrix is the one that's gonna die.
That motherfucker.
Well. Yep. Okay. Well, thanks guys for giving me a wonderful show and putting on all the makeup and just bringing your A game. I'm like the only person here who did absolutely nothing, but I showered today. I guess that's something. Also,
You
thanks
brought
Sam
the game.
for guesting. It's great to have you. Thanks for
Bye.
killing Sailix.
Thanks.
Oh, spoilers.
I appreciate it.
Oh, let's
Time
do
for me
our-
to cut that eye out of my hat now.
Jeez, that was a twist I wasn't expecting. Well done. Oh my gosh. All right, well let's do our outros and then let's go to bed before midnight because I'm starting to feel spooked out about all this stuff, guys. Daniel, why don't you go first?
Hi. I played Sailix tonight. I was also directing. Yeah. It was a great time. I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
Don't die. Spence.
Hi, I'm Spence. Playing whatever's left of the Warg Aldonis. And you can find me here on Twitch at Resident Moon and residentmoon.com for all of my other stuff and things.
Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex. Coming back after a little bit of hiatus. I am glad I came back. See where we go. Dahlia. I don't know. Have a good night, guys. Spoopy time.
It sure is. Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I was playing the Vesperin, and I really want to thank Scribble and Killa for giving me those hero points because I probably would have been real bad if I didn't have those. And yeah, you can find me at savagesparrow.com. I will be putting up my spooky witch collection hopefully next week or the next week and a half. So, you know, if you missed out on the Kickstarter, it'll be on the internet. Yay!
Mr. Smith.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. I want to thank Hey Steve and the raid that came through.
Yes,
Pleasure to meet
thank
all of
you. Yeah.
This evening I played The Pale Stranger. was a
A
pleasure
huckleberry.
Oh,
meeting all of you.
so great. And you will be returning next week unless you decide to fully abandon the heroes
As
in
the
time of
pale
need.
stranger.
Yep, exactly. And our wonderful guest Sam.
You can catch me here every other Tuesday for Relics. And yeah, I'm also known as Scribbles in the chat. So no problem with the hero
Oh.
points.
Thank you.
It's
I'll
good.
let it slide.
Sorry about that.
Um, if you like what you saw, this was Fantasy Grounds Unity. Go to fantasygrounds.com to check it out. I fully, highly recommend it. It is fantastic. If you like what you heard, the music is Rocknarden, and the ambient tracks, so like our looping playlist, that is Michael Gelfi. Yeah, and if you
This
like that,
episode will be on YouTube in 1 week's time, and all the links to the artists will be there.
yeah, and this show will be back next Sunday at the same time. So be there while you guys all are slaughtered by wargs in the pits of hell, which is a perfect way to end the month of horror. So we just love to see it, and I'm gonna make all of these people put their makeup back on in a week. I'm just
Yeah.
a shill big makeup is what I've learned. All right, well, I'm gonna let you go before midnight, but thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.